Whoa, who is that?
Wayne Ray, bounty hunter. I might have saved a few of his colors. You take Wayne, I'll take Thomas.
That doesn't seem fair.
Here you are. Please. I didn't do it on innocent, I swear.
Nice work. Where do we deliver him?
We don't. He says he's innocent. He's coming home with us.
Hi, I'm Thomas.
I told you this would be fun.
Beijing, London, the Taj Mahal. Look at all these. Bounty hunter. The point is to collect the bounty by turning him in. The job is what, $4,000?
He's offering us 8 just to clear his name, Michael. Hear him out.
Man, you have been, like, everywhere.
Yeah, I work a job, buy a snow globe. Some people say I'm sentimental.
Why don't you tell us about your situation? Oh, right, yeah. I do, liquor promotions for a bunch of the hotels in South Beach. Now, I'm friends with a girl who night managed the Victor. A couple months ago, I'm making a delivery, and she shows me this, you know, like you pin on your, you know, what do you call
The brooch?
Right. They were holding it for a guest. $2 million. She showed it to you. Why? Because it's worth $2 million, man. I mean, it had a huge rock. I mean, the thing was just... Anyway, it gets stolen. And my friend gets fired for showing me the brooch. And the cops arrest me. For just looking at it. I'm guessing there's more than that. Yeah, I had an access card for the hotel office for late night deliveries. You know, I lost it. And then I find out that somebody used it to rip off the brooch. And now everyone's looking at me like I'm some criminal mastermind or whatever. And you went back to the scene of the crime. Why? Investigating. I mean, I was trying to find out who did it, you know? My trial was supposed to start yesterday. My lawyer basically tells me, before we go in, that I'm gonna lose. I mean, I kind of freaked. I mean, I know that you're not supposed to skip court, but man, I can't go to jail.
I want to help him. Do it for me, Michael.
Okay.
You know, between the cops and Wayne and all the other bounty hunters, we're gonna have to stash him somewhere.
Why can't you keep him here?
You're okay with that? Another guy staying at my place?
Yeah, fine by me.
Okay then. Fine with me too.
Yeah, Sam, I need a favor. Diamonds? Fun. Buying or selling? Neither. Looking for a $2 million brooch. It's like a little Spidey thing. Yeah, the one that got lifted from the Victor 2 months ago. I read about it in the paper. That's the one. You think it's in the market yet? Doubt it. Stone that big, it's easy to ID. Clicks on a fingerprint. You know, you cut it, the value plummets, takes months to line up a buyer. It's a pain in the ass, really. So who does that around here? Really only one guy for something that big in Miami? Don't ask me for an intro, though. The guy shorted me on some hot rocks a few months back. Cost me a client. Good words. Well, give me a name. Michael see to it that the guy loses a few clients of his own. Name's Christo. Like Madonna with the whole one name thing. Like Charles. Sting. Fergie. Pele. Spider-Man. Liberace. Crap, I can't think of it anymore. Oh. Anyway, Christo's got this place on South Beach, but good luck getting a meeting, because he's like all high-end referrals. Well, you know Mike. He's not going to call to make an appointment. You're out of salsa. You okay? That looked like it hurt. Who are you? Let's not talk about me. Let's talk about what I want. I'm looking for a piece of jewelry, 30 carats, platinum setting, spider-looking thing. Sound familiar? I don't know what you're talking about. We gotta do this the hard way. Selling stolen goods is all about discretion. You gotta be the kind of person who can keep your mouth shut. Gerald, you sound nice.
Hey, what are you doing?
Shh, it's ringing.
The kind of person who never, ever shares the numbers in their little black book.
Hey, Gerald, man. My name's Paco. I'm buddies with your fence, Krista. Man, I'm in some legal trouble. Krista said you could help me out. Can I stay on your... That's rude. He hung up. Maybe Vincent will be nicer.
No,
I can do this all night.
stop. I got a clue about the brooch. The guy was an amateur. He thought he could sell a rock like that on the street. He got all pissed off when I said that he better hang on to it for at least 6 months. I told him I would look for a buyer, but he needed the cash quick. I think he's planning to move it in Europe.
What's his name?
Don't know his real name. I got his phone number. That's all.
Okay, good enough. I'll take it. Oh, and by the way, I should mention, I went through your fridge while you were out. You know, actually, it's one of the most frequently used hiding places. Found this in the orange sherbet. I assume you're holding it for someone. I'll keep it until our job is finished. Until then, you keep your mouth shut about our little chat.
Even the most careful spy leaves a trail that could get them burned. A patriot making illicit deals for his government looks a lot like a trader making black market sales for his wallet. Somebody upstairs gets the wrong idea, and suddenly you're burned and out of a job.
Mike, piece of advice. Ladies like attention. They don't want to be second to a dossier, not even a big one.
You've been talking to Fee.
If by talking to Fee you mean listening to Fee, then yeah. So look, I got a hold of my contacts at the FBI. About the guy who put your little dossier together. Ha. They were not very helpful at all. They stuck me with a bill.
Did you get anything?
Everything I know about Philip Cowan, who works for the National Security Agency, fits right here in the back of the receipt. I'll read it for you. He works counter intel for the NSA. That's it. That's all I got.
Is there any way to reach him?
Oh, Mike, you know these NSA guys. They're like ghosts. They got no phone number, no address, no nothing. Sorry I couldn't be more help.
Guess I'll have to find another way to get in touch with him.
Hey, how's your jewel thing going?
I could use some more help, actually. I need you to run down a phone number. It belongs to a jewel thief.
Make a deal. I'll talk to my cop buddies. You cover my little working lunch.
You want one? They're awesome. Thomas is a hell of a cook.
Playing catch?
He's teaching me baseball. It's really nothing like cricket.
Sam's checking up on the real thief, so Thomas should be out of here soon enough.
Oh, it's no rush. I like having him around. Thanks for suggesting it.
I need a favor, Fee. I need you to reach out to your black market contacts. The scarier, the better.
Is this about the dossier?
It's about the man who burned me. He's hard to reach. I need to recruit some help.
How you gonna do it?
I've been accused of being a major security risk. It's time I started acting like one.
I know a few Iranians who are coming into town.
Ooh, let's avoid people who use Michael Weston and jihad in the same sentence.
What about Libyans? I hear there's a group here talking to some South American oil companies.
See if you can set it up.
Hey, Mike.
Hello.
Phone number you gave me belongs to Lawrence Henderson.
Does he work at the hotel?
Ha! I wouldn't say work. He owns it. I mean, for now, at least. He bet big on the Victor. Now he's got a cash flow problem. So if you do the math, it's a little screwy. He's got $2 million for a brooch, but that's not going to bail him out of his hole. But it might give him a year or two to turn things around.
Cops ever look at him?
No, they cleared him. He had an alibi and a fleet of lawyers to sell it. A few years back, he had a club in New Orleans. It was hit by, I guess you'd call it, a very convenient fire. Almost killed the busboy. He got the hotel with the insurance money. Got a hell of a security setup. He's a little paranoid.
Even paranoids have enemies, Sam.
You're living proof of that.
What are you saying?
Well, a little. I mean,
We should go.
the guy who owns the Victor did this to me? I don't even know him.
It's not personal. You handled the brooch, you had easy access, you're an easy fall guy.
So what now? I mean, can we go to the cops with that guy, Christo?
What do we tell him? I broke into his house and extorted information from him? Meanwhile, Lawrence ditches the brooch, Christo denies everything, and the only guys that go to jail are you and me.
Hard or easy, your choice.
Take Thomas up the back.
No, I'd rather say. Right.
You. Can we talk? Watch your head. Oh, damn.
When you're giving 5 inches and 100 pounds to a well-trained opponent, it helps to know the terrain better than he does.
That was hard to see. I did the same thing earlier.
Where'd they go?
I can't tell you if you keep choking me.
Italy was one of my favorites.
Thank you.
He has to stay with you.
With me, Fee?
My place isn't safe. They just let the world's largest bounty hunter knock down on my front lawn.
Guys, look, I don't want to cause problems. I can go stay at a motel or something.
No, don't be silly. Cheap motel's the first place guys like Wayne are gonna look for bail jumpers. Michael's fine having you here.
Yeah. Well, you guys are the experts, I guess. Seriously, man. Thanks.
We'll figure this out, Thomas. Tell him about the plan, Michael.
The plan.
There's a plan?
Oh, yeah, there's a plan. I'm gonna pose as a buyer, set up a sale, get Lawrence to bring the brooch out into the open, then the cops will arrest him.
And we will be celebrating your freedom by the end of the week.
Hey, Fee, can we talk about the plan? Just... What are you doing?
I'll tell you if they were working.
No, this is different, and you know this is different.
I didn't think we were in a relationship, Michael. You want something to drink, Thomas? Maybe a yogurt?
Mixing romance and work is a bad idea. I mean, Veronica, just the other day, she asked me if bullets came in different sizes. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever heard?
That is so adorable. Sam, you gonna help me on this?
Yeah. Whenever I ever said no.
Lawrence needs a buyer. That'll be me. You're the middleman. Christo's setting up an appointment with you and Lawrence.
Okay, so what's my cover ID? A shady international business guy?
Yeah, something like that. You're gonna take point on this deal.
Ah, that means I gotta shave and put on a suit. It's 90% humidity and I gotta come on all professional.
And paranoid. Extremely security conscious, so he doesn't have to be.
Veronica and I were gonna go to the Keys, Mike. Sam. Okay, but I just gotta go on record. I think this whole thing with Fiona is unhealthy. You gotta go through all this crap just to get some guys you picked up out of your place? Okay, I'll break out the suit.
A good cover identity is a team effort. If you want to meet someone, it's a good idea to play a little hard to get. Put people between yourself and the target. Make them come to you.
Yes, I'm looking for Mr. Henderson. Mr. Henderson. Charles Finley? You spoke on the phone?
It's good to meet you. Christo said you were a good man. He vouched for you. Listen, can I get you a drink? Some 20-year-old single malt?
Thanks, but no, I'm not a drinker. Look, I'll get right down to business. I represent a group of clients who deal in merchandise that is bought and sold, let's just say, quietly. I understand that you have something we might be interested in.
Well, if I do business with a man, I have to meet with him face to face.
Well, I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. For obvious reasons. Discretion is extremely important to us.
Important to me, too. Now, if he would like to come to my home, that's fine. We could talk.
Otherwise. No guarantees, sir. But I'll try and make the arrangements. Good day.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Well, I got some meeting for tomorrow.
We'll talk later. My Libyan just showed up.
Fine, but from now on, no cover IDs that involve turning down 20-year-old scotch.
Who are you?
Well, hello to you, too. My name is Michael Weston. I heard you in town, just want to say hi.
You're Weston? I thought you were Italian.
You can put the gun down, I just want to talk.
With you? I've heard people talk to you sometimes. They don't use a lot.
Well, that was then. Ask around. My situation has changed. My side isn't talking to me anymore, so that leaves you guys. Don't make up your mind right now. Do your homework, see what you think. I'm around.
Convertible. At the gas station. She paid me for the back.
Am I interrupting something?
Thomas made dinner.
Yeah, to say thank you. I did make some for you, Mike, but,
We ate it because it was so good. How'd it go to Sam?
Great.
Meeting set with Lawrence. If I can get him to bring the brooch out into the open, we can get him caught with it.
So I might get to go home soon.
Let's hope so.
He's locked down pretty tight here, Mike. He's either expecting an armored assault.
Or he has something to protect.
Unfortunately, we only have a few minutes. We have some important meeting.
Well, thank you for coming, Mr.
Smith?
Smith.
Yes, typically with this sort of deal, we like to keep things not so personal. You understand, for security purposes.
Normally, I do not like to do meetings in person, but for a piece like this, I was willing to make an exception.
Well, the way I see it, you can't trust a man if you can't look him in the eye. Am I right?
Of course, sure.
Mr. Finley, you can wait right here.
Sir, it's important that I stay involved.
Charles, that's fine.
Well, at least I can do
I'll
something.
take the
Very good, sir.
Something to drink, sir.
Yeah, water will be just great. Thank you.
So, how did you hear about me?
I've worked with Christo before, and the people you've contacted in Europe aren't being as discreet as you might like.
Is that right?
Word is out. None of my business, of course, but I would sell quickly. It might not be long before somebody tries to take it off your hands without your consent, shall we say.
Well, let me worry about that. That brooch isn't going anywhere soon.
Oh, don't be pessimistic. Let me see what I can do to pry loose.
Brass tacks then. The item is worth $2 million. I could give it to you for $175 cash.
For something I have to cut up into little pieces, no. 1.2 is more than generous.
Now let's call it 1.6 and be done.
Let me show you something. Stolen from an armored truck over 2 years ago. I picked it up this morning for 50 cents on the dollar. Would you like to talk to Christo about it?
1 1/4.
I'm being very generous, offering 1.2.
Fine. In cash. Small used bills.
Excellent. Of course, I'll need to see it first. Just because someone believes you are who you say you are, doesn't mean he'll do what you want him to do.
There it is. Cute.
I'm serious.
Mr. Smith. This brooch ain't coming out to play till you come back with the money in that little case of yours.
Fine. We do the deal tomorrow, but not here. We have to take the diamonds out to an independent lab for authentication, and then
We do it here, where I can control it, where it doesn't happen at all.
I'm afraid an independent testing site is a deal breaker for me.
Then I'm afraid we don't have a deal.
Pity. Lawrence needs the money. He just thinks it's too risky to move the brooch right now.
So what do we do?
Convince him it's too risky to stay put. I already planted the idea that somebody might be trying to steal it. We need to back that up, push on his paranoia, motivate him to sell.
I thought that you said that this place was impossible to get into.
It is. Between the security system, the guards, and the safe, we need a small army just to get in there.
We'll just have to make him think we got a small army.
Christ, this is turning into a full psych-op campaign. What are we talking about here?
Psychological warfare.
Give an example. U.S. used to broadcast static to Soviet listening posts, trying to get them to think it was some new kind of cipher. So they spent all kinds of rubles, basically trying to decode white noise.
We need to convince the enemy we're stronger than we are.
Yeah, except it takes forever. You know, Mike, I was supposed to go car shopping with Veronica. We're talking Cadillacs, you know.
You need to do it next week, Sam. We got a lot of work to do. You two scout it out. I gotta get ready for the meeting. Clandestine meetings are never fun to arrange. It's a big part of the job for a covert operative, but it's never pleasant. Get in! Where's Anwar? It's not so much the fear of death that bothers you. It's driving to the meet with a bag over your head. Sometimes they wash the bag, sometimes they don't. You're really missing out on the Miami beach scene, staying in a place like this. Have you checked out the beach hotels? They're surprisingly affordable in the off-season. Guys?
Okay. You wanted to talk. Talk.
You checked out my situation, I assume?
Your own people turned on you? Yes. So what? Now you're working for us? Why should I believe this?
Your government would like to know who attacked your gas supply depot in Ghadames in 2002. I can supply that information.
And why would you do this for us?
The U.S. and Libya have mutual enemies. This would be a win-win situation for everyone. Well, everyone except for the guys who blew up the gas supply depot.
Why don't I just make you tell me then kill you?
You could do that. The information might or might not check out. Torture's unreliable, as you know, and then you'd have to deal with Fiona, who put me in touch with you. More trouble than it's worth. Trust me.
What do you want?
I'm trying to reach out to the man who burned me. NSA officer Philip Cowan. I just need you to mention him as a friend of yours when you know the Americans are listening.
A friend. I say what?
I don't know. Have the head of your secret police send him a fruit basket. Be creative. He'll try to figure out what the hell's going on, and in no time, he'll figure out it's me.
We'll think about it.
Give up their lives in the ongoing battle for survival. Many species, elephants among them, will keep their young.
I love this part.
You ready back there?
Hi.
The thing about security is that the very things that protect you can be turned against you by someone who knows what he's doing. It's tough to compromise a well-thought-out security system, but making someone think you can compromise it, well, that's much easier. Take surveillance cameras, for example. You can disable one by shooting a laser at it and overloading the light-sensitive chip. Cheap, easy, and exactly the sort of thing a sophisticated criminal gang with lots of resources would do. Leave around some telltale signs of surveillance like cigarette butts, a forgotten camera lens cap. And the more security there is, the more likely they are to think they've got a very serious problem. Even the security team itself can be an opportunity. The more employees you have, the more you have to worry about them.
Hello.
Can I help you?
Maybe. You work security at Henderson's. You're Ted, right?
Yeah, who are you?
Oh, my name isn't important. We've been watching you at work, at home. You look like you could use a little help. We'll be in touch.
Deliver some vague threats and a few $100 to a security guard. If he's honest, he'll tell his boss, who then wonders who wasn't so honest. For the cost of a nice dinner, you can get a whole security team canned.
Here you go, Rocky.
Okay, man.
Thank you. Mike, I gotta tell you, this is more fun than I expected. I mean, I haven't done this sort of thing since there was East Germany.
Glad you're enjoying yourself.
So how are things at home?
A little strange. Fiona likes to test relationships with the emotional equivalent of artillery fire.
Does she even want this guy?
I don't know, I've never been able to figure her out.
Well, I'm not one to tell you how to live your life. You know. It's our buddy Lawrence. Charles Finley here. Yes? Well, I'm not sure if the offer still stands, but I can talk to him. No guarantees, but I'll do my best. Bye-bye.
How'd it go?
Good, I think we got him whipped into a pretty good ladder, Mike. He wants to meet you at the hotel. I'll let him stew for a bit. Call him back when I'm done with my slushy.
Mr. Smith, it's good to see you. We can have our meeting in my office.
I was about to leave town when Charles called. I'm happy to talk, but my conditions haven't changed.
Of course, we just having some issues with timing, details. It's right this way.
One of the dangers of any kind of psychological warfare is it can be too effective and send the target into a paranoid tailspin.
I have to thank you for telling me to check my security. We've had some problems at the house.
Happens all the time in this business. Better safe than sorry.
I agree entirely.
That paranoia can be useful, or deadly.
At first, I thought it might be one of the Europeans I was talking to about the brooch trying to rip me off. And then I thought that makes sense, so I said it might be Christo. So I brought him in.
Listen, whatever he told you, or whatever you think,
Well, he has said some very interesting things about you.
5 pounds of pressure on his carotid artery. He'll bleed out in 20 seconds. Let him go. It's not all you have to worry about. I could crush his windpipe with the tie if I'm not careful. Oops. Back off. Back off. Back off! Next time, Lawrence, go limp. It's really hard to drag a human shield.
Jesus. I mean, he really tried to kill you?
It didn't get that far, but it was heading in that direction, yeah?
I mean, what are we gonna do?
I mean, he knows who you are. No, he just knows I'm not who I said I was. Big difference. He still thinks we're gonna rip him off. He still thinks his security systems are compromised. He's still got to move the brooch.
And we still gotta get him busted when he does.
We just need to figure out where he's taking it.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do that?
I've got some friends.
There he is.
Hey,
How's it going? You work your magic?
magic was made. You have something for me?
Michael wanted you to know that that was compliments of Krista.
Ooh.
Chico, hit me Bloody Mary.
Well, in that case, Lawrence has accounts at 5 banks in the area. Only one with the safety house operation is Dade Trust.
Yeah, any good?
Hey, kid. Best in Miami.
Thank you.
He's moving that brooch. He'll go there.
Nice. What else can you tell me about Dave Trust?
You buying lunch?
Hey, you're the money launderer, for Christ's sake. Why do I have to buy lunch?
I know. Get in. Can we do it without the head bag? I hate the head bag.
So, this information you have, we are interested.
I'm Philip Collin.
Arrangements are being made.
That should give you what you need. Find out who the team was that blew up your gas depot. Don't be gentle on them. They hurt a lot of innocent people.
The security services in my country are not known for being gentle. Michael, if you ever want a job, real work, let us know.
I'm flattered, but I've got someplace to be. The key to good security is good systems, consistency. But those very systems make you predictable. Where will you take your valuables? A bank you trust. How are you going to get there? With armed men in a big SUV. When will you go? When the bank is least crowded. All good procedure, all 100% predictable.
See, they're on their way. It's 2 blocks outside. Yo,
All set, Tim?
I'm here. Good to go.
Looks like you're taking the highway. Should be there in 5.
All right, I'll call it in. Yes, hello. Is this the police? Listen, I'd like to report a bank robbery. Yes, it's a Dade Trust downtown. I'm inside the building. I can't talk loud. There were men in an SUV with guns. Yes, they're here. Oh my God. Let's go.
If you know someone's going to be at a bank at a particular time, it's not hard to make it look like they're robbing the bank. Shoot out a few video surveillance cameras. Block off the street with a stolen car like they're preparing an escape route. Fire up a spark gap transmitter to kill the security radios at the bank, and they'll really look like they know what they're doing.
Mr. Smith, it's too late.
You sure? Check the top floor of the building behind you. You'll like prison, Lawrence. They got a lot of cool security systems.
This is a mistake. That's mine. That's mine. What do we got here? That's mine. That's mine. Quiet. Turn around.
All this to clear the name of an innocent man. That's noble. You should be proud.
You know who I did this for, Faith. All right, I'm here. What couldn't you say over the phone?
Bondsman won't have anything to do with me now that you've told him I was aiding and abetting. So I was thinking, when you collect your bounty, maybe we could split it.
Yeah, that's what you thought, huh? I wouldn't be expecting a check anytime soon. Come on.
Consider it I'm sorry I brained you with a snow globe gift then.
Why'd you wait to turn him in?
He was gonna pay us off, and his check bounced.
You're all heart, lady. Come on. Mr. Bragan, Wayne Ray here. I just collared McKee and I'm hauling him in right now.